My name is Oak, and I am the founder of Oak Astrology School. And I've created an entire program that helps students go into the ins and outs of natal astrology, but it's also learning astrology through the lens of healing, counseling, and using astrology as a tool for liberation. Basically, I've created a program that I really wanted when I was first studying, just because there is a lot of different ways to approach a chart, and sometimes you can feel like, am I even doing this right? And so the program that I've created really allows that particular structure so that you are really moving towards that level of professional development if you choose to do that. But basically, you're going to be able to do readings that are powerful, healing, and really focused on changing someone's life. That's what the point of this work is for. And so I'm really calling in the students that are dedicated to their healing process, that are really wanting to look at themselves with deep clarity, and are really wanting to share this tool, this healing craft with their communities. The material that I've created in this course is based on all of my years with client work, my years in the healing arts, and as well as my own work that I've done on myself. And oftentimes the students that come in are just really ready to continue doing their work. They're healers in training, they're healing practitioners, and they're just really on that healing path. And astrology is just something that is that foundational language, is that foundational wisdom that helps people to connect deeper to their truth, connect to their authenticity. And so you can't particularly heal unless you know yourself first. And so oftentimes I think that astrology is one of the first layers to that deep healing process. What even is astrology? Astrology is the language of energy. And so it's going to give us a framework to understand the inner workings of our emotional world, the inner workings of our psychology, and also the outer workings of the collective and our social dynamics. And so what happens is that, yes, we have a framework to hold all things. We have a framework to hold how the world works, the micro and the macro. And this is what happens when you study any wisdom tradition, is that you end up having all the answers to a lot of life's questions. And that's really the function of what happens when we study astrology, is that we are genuinely curious about our life. We're genuinely curious about how life works in general, and then that creates knowledge. Through authentic inquiry, we're able to actually understand so many of life's questions. When I first got into this and I just started studying, I didn't really understand the depth of what would happen, but ultimately I'm changed. I'm a different person. And even as I continue to practice, every single day that I work with clients and I even work with myself, I keep going deeper and deeper into this practice, and it just keeps on giving. And so you are literally learning a language to hold all things, and it doesn't just stop with weekly horoscopes. Like, it's something that will captivate you. It's something that will pull you in, because the level of depth with the knowledge and how much more you can understand yourself, it is truly life-changing. This program is for the people that are really ready to do their work. I am not necessarily your teacher. I am giving you tools to help liberate yourself. And so that's the reason why astrology is a liberatory process, because you take responsibility for your totality of self. And the framework of astrology is the tools that you need to really understand that. So there are 2 tracks at Oak Astrology School, and they're both designed for self-study. The first one, and the most important one, is the full natal astrology course. And it takes you through the ins and outs of natal astrology, which is the basis for all branches of astrology. So sometimes people want to learn, I want to predict this thing, I want to know what my year looks like, but you actually can't do that unless you know how to read a birth chart in totality. And so this course really takes you through all that you need to really learn natal astrology, which is birth chart readings, but through the lens of healing, through the lens of counseling. So there are many, many layers to what this course offers. And so it's 80 hours of material. There's 34 classes, and there are many modules that help you get through all the building blocks necessary to learn astrology from that counseling and healing lens. So yes, you're gonna learn those foundational elements of natal astrology, but you're really learning that much more because I put in all of my years of counseling and working with clients into this work as well. And so the second track, after you complete the natal astrology course, so that if you can read a birth chart in totality, is the transits and predictive astrology course, which is about 20 hours, and it takes you through how to predict your year, how to work with the art of forecasting. And there's also techniques that are going to help you to refine and make sure that the predictions that you make are accurate.